Nope.
I've been trying to kill this fly for the last, I don't know, 2 minutes. Anyways, I once saw a four-headed chicken.
Bruh.
Okay, that's a lie.
Why you always lying?
But you know what's not a lie? Seeing all of your beautiful faces tune into this channel.
Really?
Hey yo, what is up? So much fun. So welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be looking at things that you see for the first time in your life. So if you're excited for that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. If you did that, welcome to the family. So today we're gonna be reacting to things you see for the first time in your life. Okay? Do you understand that? And I hope this video is not clickbait. So we're gonna be looking at that. And before this video starts, I want to say thank you for the support of my last video. You guys are absolutely killing it, and thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. God damn it.
Boy, if you don't.
Hi everyone. Even if you have read a huge number of books and watched hundreds of scientific films, it's impossible to learn absolutely everything about our world.
That's true.
Even famous scientists are experts only in one area. That's why we try to find incredible things that can surprise or even really shock you. You will see some of today's videos for the first time in your life, so I recommend you to watch the video till the end. Let's get it on.
Okay, I'm excited.
Extreme cold. Extreme cold is a challenge for anyone who finds themselves in such circumstances. Objects don't behave as they usually do though. Raw eggs freeze instantly, cars get covered with an ice crust every time it rains, and extinguishing a fire at a temperature of minus 30 degrees Celsius is something unimaginable. Frozen waterfalls, frosty eyelashes, but especially abnormal weather is felt at Mount Washington Observatory. Not only is it terribly cold here, but also the wind blows almost constantly. To handle it, the buildings on the top are built using special technology, and some objects are chained to the mountain. Extreme natural conditions make it almost impossible to use the equipment without human intervention, so there are always researchers here, and they have their own way of having fun, even with a wind blowing at 136 kilometers per hour.
Yo, that looks scary. What?
Ice musical instruments. Artist and sculptor Tim Linhart moved from Colorado to Sweden to create ice instruments with an unusual, unique sound. Tim spent more than 30 years doing ice sculptures before he started his music career. At some point, he had the idea of combining seemingly incompatible things: ice, sculpture, and music. This is how the first musical instruments made from ice appeared, and the project that Tim calls the Ice Music was born. The sculptor creates ice instruments right in the backyard of his house in Luleå, northeast Sweden. He carves violins, violas, cellos,
and stupid at the same time.
banjos, guitars, mandolins, xylophones, and drums, all from ice. Tim has also made larger instruments, such as an ice harp and even an ice organ. Believe it or not, but each of these instruments works properly.
Whoa. And they sound nice too.
Creating his own ice orchestra, Tim combines white ice from snow and water with transparent ice, and the only glue it uses to join the details is water. The only parts of the instrument that are not made of ice are the wooden necks and the metal strings, and to totally impress the audience, Tim often adds colored LEDs to the instruments. Turns out to be real ice magic.
Obviously.
Buildings without nails. In the past, making and using metal was too expensive for carpenters in Japan. Therefore, instead of using nails, carpenters of the Miyadaiku school, experts in the construction of temples and religious buildings, developed unique methods of combining pieces of wood together without any fastenings. This technique is known for its complex joints, and the fact that the buildings built by the followers of this school are among the oldest surviving buildings made of solid wood. But how can they do that? Well, it's all about the special technology of joining wooden parts. The pieces of wood are carved in such a way that they become similar to puzzle pieces.
I
And
can't
they're
even
connected
join
to each
Legos.
other. Maximum
I can't even freaking join Legos. I can't even finish a freaking building on a Lego, and these guys are out here doing this in real life. Are you kidding me? Okay.
pieces of wood are carved in such a way that they become similar to puzzle pieces, and then they're connected to each other. Maximum strength and maximum reliability for centuries. Fish skin transplant. Well, it sounds strange, but
Of
that's
course
how
it is.
scientists learned to treat burns, and not only human burns. In California, veterinarians cured 2 red-listed bears that had been burned in fires. For treatment, doctors used tilapia fish skin, which was sewn to the paws of the bear.
Yo, is it only me, or what I see is fish skin is like the easiest skin to, I don't know, fall apart in that word. How can you use a fish skin? Why not any animal other than a fish? Okay, I don't know, man.
By the way, tilapia is so far the only fish whose collagen is closest to the human skin. Now it turns out that it's also...
The more you know.
Needless to say, before using it, the fish skin is specially treated, and as a result it completely loses its specific smell. And the benefits are clear. When the bears woke up after the operation, they immediately just stood on their feet. Hockey dog. When you hear about a dog on ice, you imagine a clumsy animal falling around. But this couldn't be less true about this Labrador named Benny. Benny became the first dog in the world to learn how to skate. Coach Cheryl Del Sangro once saved the puppy from being put down in a shelter. Cheryl began to take the dog to the ice rink and noticed that the dog was very interested in running on the ice and picking up the pucks.
That's so cool.
Then, the coach ordered special skates from the local master and taught Benny to stand on them. Now he even has his own puck and stick, and Benny skillfully scores
Yo,
goals.
that's cool.
Ice apples. You think there's nothing unusual about ice instruments? Then how about ice apples, created by nature itself without human intervention? For the first time, this
What's the
unusual
point of
phenomenon was
those?
noticed by American Andrew C. Seamer. He was trimming apple trees in the garden when he discovered really strange fruits on the branches and photographed them. Transparent ice balls in the form of apples, but empty inside. The man wanted to understand how such a thing could happen, because the apples couldn't just disappear from the ice crust. Eventually, he came to the conclusion that the weather was all to blame. After the rain, the air temperature was low enough to keep the ice crust cold, but at the same time high enough that the apples, which had already rotted, finally turned into mash. After all, the contents of the ice apples simply flowed out of the ice balls, leaving bizarre transparent decorations on the trees. Rabbit Island. Can you imagine an island inhabited by a
Rabbit Island.
multitude of rabbits? Such an island exists, and it's located in the Hiroshima
What?
Prefecture in Japan. It was once a secret island, and
Yo,
Japan
that's a
removed
place
it from
that I
maps,
wanna
but
go.
today it barely manages the flow of tourists and the hundreds of rabbits that inhabit it. Okunoshima Island, which covers an area of 0.7 square kilometers, is located in the inland sea of Japan, near the city of Takehara. During the Second World War, a chemical weapons factory operated here, but after the war the documents were all burned, the remains of the gas were destroyed, and today the island is famous for its rabbits. According to 2007 data, there were about 300 of them, and today the number has surpassed 1,000. No one knows how the rabbits ended up on the island though. According to the most popular version, these are the descendants of experimental animals, which were used to test the effects of gas during the war. Some believe that the
that
first
makes
couple of
sense.
rabbits were brought in by tourists, or they were released by school children who were here on a school trip. These wild, but at the same time quite pet animals aren't afraid of people, and that's why tourists are delighted.
Oh. Hey guys, so we're gonna end this video right here, and I hope you learned a thing or two, or you just saw things for the first time. Honestly, some of them were stupid. Yes, I'm gonna say that. Honestly, some of them were stupid. Like an apple ice, that's something that occurs every day in cold places. So yeah, some of them were stupid, to be honest. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn on my post notification if you haven't already. And with that all being said, thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.